Hello, Serge here for the Backyard Driving Range. I want to talk about golf instruction today and just golf instruction in general. And I want to discuss a magazine article I just read in one of the major golf magazines, Golf World, which is both, they do a little bit of instruction like Golf Week, but mostly they're give you the inside stuff on what's happening on all tours, amateur golf, collegiate golf, and everything else. It did a great purveyors of the statistics and the tournament results in all kinds of levels, including junior golf, young boys and girls, all the way up to the PGA tours and everything else, and the LPGA. This article is titled, in a column type that says Final Say, and it was written just after Bubba Watson won the Masters. And it says, Bubba as the Great Liberator is the title of the article, and it's by, I guess, Jaime Diaz is the way he would say it. And I just want to read one and a half paragraphs that are in the basic beginning of this article. Watson will be a pivotal figure because of the way he learned, thinks about, and plays the game. Bubba golf will become a growing phenomenon built on the principle of personal trial and error that Watson set the template for in his childhood front yard in Baghdad, Florida. It will result in more fun and improved and less dogmatic dynamics between teaching and professionals and students, and a breakout of the most important word for the future of the game: improvement. Watson will emerge as an overdue and heavyweight counter to the over-mechanized way of learning that has frustrated too many recreational players, driven good numbers away, and even stunted the development of some of the game's very best. Now, there's some really good comments there. I mean, it's true. And I have to agree 100% that we've taken golf a little bit way too far. Not a little, a lot, way too far. The over-mechanized way of learning. Now, and it's driven golfers away. There's a world program going on now, headed by the World Golf Foundation and CEO Steve Mona, and all the major golf bodies have gotten involved in that, because golf has reached a point since 2008 when we had the financial meltdown here in the United States, which affected the whole world. And in all my travels, everywhere I go, I go and golfers are talking about how the numbers are dwindling, courses are closing, rounds are down. So there are many courses that are managing to stay open. They can't maintain them as good as they used to. But the biggest, saddest thing is golfers are leaving and courses are closing. All right, and in some cases maybe that's good if there's over too many golf courses, but that isn't the case throughout the world, and too many good courses are even starting to close. So the problem they're coming up with all these programs to and many of the programs are good. Play it forward, meaning get on the right tee. Like especially guys my age, you don't need to be back there playing with the young guys from the tips or even the medium ranges. You need to be down there where you could still play golf, hit a shot. If you played a driver and a 7-iron to a hole for 40 years while you played golf, and now you got to hit driver, you got to hit driver and hybrids and stuff to it. Get up to the tee that you could get back to hitting a driver and a 7-iron to it. Play golf the way the hole was designed, and it wasn't designed to be hitting 3-woods and hybrids to it. So play that, and all these other programs that are coming out are great. But I've stated it before. I've stated, I believe, on these dailies, and I've talked to most of all the big programs, PGA of America, World Golf Foundation. I sent some information to Steve Mona, and I sent him some of the biomechanical studies I was in that I've been involved in, and some other ones that have been done, and articles and things. I sent it to Diedrich Holmes of the First Tee program, and then I was introduced to Diedrich by Steve Mona of the World Golf Foundation, and I sent them these studies, and I tell every one of them in my cover letter. It's great what you're doing to try to come up with all these programs and help the golfers, but in the end, the thing that's going to make the difference is the golf instruction. And I said, I believe that you're going to have a problem. These programs are going to do a nice job, but in the end, the total success of all these things together is going to fail because you're not looking in the right place. You're looking in all the wrong places. And the number one place to look is the golf instruction, as Mr. Diaz just alluded to here. All right, and why do people stop playing golf? Well, they want the relaxation, they want the outdoor, being out in the outdoors, the fresh air, the health and exercises of it, the friendship, the camaraderie of being with people. But ultimately, in the end, they want to play golf. and they want to not only just play golf, they want to play pain-free, and they also would like to be able to shoot a decent round. Now, in all my years of teaching, and I've asked before every lesson, as you all know, I've talked about it here, and anybody who's come to golf schools and private lessons know that I do a questionnaire with you before you start, and I ask folks, what's your handicap? What's the lowest you've been? How low do you think you can go? What's your expectations? And I ask them, how much you want to put into this, because that's going to help me decide how much I give you. Because if you only want to just play enjoyable golf and hit the ball halfway decent and feel good about it and not hurt, then we go one place. Then you say, and then sometimes what I'm looking for is we start them there, and then as they start getting better, they hopefully will come back and say, hey, I want to lower my goals. I never could, my goal was to break 100. Now I'm breaking 100. I want to get down below 90. And then from 90, get down to 85 and take those little steps. But you know what? In all my years, if anything, I see most golfers are underachievers, not overachievers. Underachievers. But how bad is it when they have accepted underachieving and they can't even achieve that with these golf swings that are out there all over the world? All these swings that defy gravity, defy the laws of physics, defy the way the human body is designed to move, and therefore they're being taught these very, very, very difficult golf swings that's hard to do, and almost every one of them except PPGS involves huge turns, torquing, twisting the body, which is not designed to do it, and that's why we end up with the back problems, the knee problems, the neck, shoulders problems, elbows, wrists, everything. I mean, golfers are dropping like flies. And in many cases, when they come back from playing, they feel like they've just been hit by a bus, and they know that when they take 3 or 4 days to rehab and they go back out and play, they're going to come back that way, hurting again. But worst of all, they're not even going to be playing good. So the answer is, folks, that we got to simplify golf, and not only simplify it, but simplify it with what's correct. This is 2014. Let's look at the facts. Let's look at the studies, the physics, the physiology of it, and wrap this together to find out what the golf swing is. But they don't really have to look. It's right here in PPGS. But Mr. Diaz was making a point, and he said something about it's going to be a growing phenomenon that you just go out in your yard and learn it. Look, I think that's a little bit dangerous. Okay, why? Because trial and error can be difficult. And basically the predominance of what people are learning, and therefore not only learning it, but seeing it out on all the major tours, right down to junior golfers. I've had kids as young as 12 years old they end up coming to me because they at 12 years old, they were already into rehab for bad backs and stuff like that. So the point is that we need good instruction. We need the right instruction, the correct instruction that's physiologically, anatomically, and according to the laws of physics, the way God created the world to turn correct. You follow those 3 things, and you're going to be able to play good golf. And as most of you out there in the Surge Nation know, as soon as you read this, the first thing that's always said is, you read anything about peak performance, you hear anything about it, the first thing that comes out of everybody's mouth, this makes sense. Why? It's because the way God created the world to turn. It's the way the body is designed, and the body's designed to follow the laws of physics, up and down, vertical. All right, and the whole world today is rotational. The body is not designed to rotate like that, and that's why we got the injury. So I think Mr. Diaz came out with a great concept here and a great statement about ultimately the problem is that they're driven away mostly because of golf swings, and that's a fact. I just wish that more people in the golf world could realize this, because the problem is the golf swing. Rotation doesn't make it. Anything rotational is going to hurt golfers physically, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, because all they want is to hit the ball halfway decent, keep the ball in play, and basically walk or ride down the middle of the fairway and not lose half a dozen balls every time they play. We fix that, and we're going to see golf growing again, booming again, from little children all the way up to seniors being able to play as long as they want to play and they can stand up. All right, let's go for that. PPGS is the answer. Y'all out there know it. Let's start getting the message out. Okay? Well, that's it for the Surge for today about let's all play better golf. Let's all play healthy golf, and that'll be better for the game of golf. That's it for the Surge for today, and I'll be speaking with you all soon.